Many people believe that increasing screen time inevitably harms productivity. However, recent research shows that certain types of digital engagement can actually improve focus and creativity. Understanding these nuances will help you manage your daily habits to enhance your work performance. By the way, this channel shares one thoughtful insight like this every day. If this perspective is useful, consider subscribing. In today's fast-paced world, the pressure to do more tasks, more projects, more hours has never been greater. We're constantly told that productivity is the key to success, and that the more we check off our to-do lists, the more valuable we become. But this widespread belief deserves a closer look, especially now, when digital tools and remote work have blurred the lines between busy and productive. Understanding why doing more tasks doesn't automatically translate to creating more value is crucial for anyone looking to make a real impact in their work or personal life. One key distinction often overlooked is the difference between shallow and deep work. Shallow work consists of routine, low cognitive demand tasks, such as answering emails or attending non-essential meetings. These activities may keep us busy, but they rarely push projects or ideas forward in a meaningful way. In contrast, deep work involves focused, uninterrupted periods of concentration on complex problems or creative endeavors. Digital distractions frequently disrupt the ability to enter this state, but ironically, certain digital tools, such as noise-canceling apps or task management software, can help facilitate deep work if used intentionally. Moreover, the quality of output should be prioritized over the quantity of completed tasks. For instance, a writer who spends hours drafting, revising, and refining a single article may produce far greater value than someone who rapidly completes multiple superficial assignments. This focus on meaningful work is supported by studies showing that cognitive fatigue from multitasking lowers the originality and accuracy of results. Therefore, managing screen time isn't just about reducing hours spent online. It's about structuring those hours around cognitively demanding activities that align with one's core goals. Organizations also need to reconsider how they measure productivity. Traditional metrics often emphasize volume, number of calls made, emails sent, or meetings attended, rather than outcomes achieved. This can incentivize busy work rather than innovation or problem solving. Forward-thinking companies are now adopting OKRs, objectives and key results, and other outcome-based frameworks to encourage employees to focus on impactful contributions. This shift reflects a broader cultural recognition that working harder is not equivalent to working smarter. Finally, the rise of remote and hybrid work models adds complexity to productivity management. Without physical separation between work and home, distractions multiply, and self-discipline becomes paramount. However, these models also offer flexibility that, if leveraged wisely, can boost productivity. For example, employees can choose their peak focus hours and customize their work environment to minimize interruptions. The challenge lies in cultivating habits and organizational norms that support this new paradigm, rather than defaulting to old productivity myths. Another important factor to consider is the role of digital well-being in sustaining long-term productivity. Constant connectivity can lead to burnout, reducing overall effectiveness despite high activity levels. Tools that promote mindful technology use, such as screen time trackers, app limiters, and scheduled breaks, can help individuals maintain energy and focus throughout the day. For example, implementing the Pomodoro technique with digital timers encourages regular intervals of rest, preventing mental fatigue and preserving cognitive resources for deep work. This approach highlights that productivity is not solely about maximizing active screen time, but also about managing energy and attention cycles. Furthermore, the type of content consumed during screen time significantly influences cognitive outcomes. Passive consumption, such as endless social media scrolling or watching videos without purpose, tends to fragment attention and diminish motivation. In contrast, engaging with educational content, professional development courses, or interactive problem-solving apps can enhance skills and stimulate creativity. Platforms like LinkedIn Learning or Coursera offer users opportunities to convert screen time into purposeful learning, which can translate directly into improved job performance and career advancement. This distinction emphasizes that not all screen time is equal. Its value depends on intentionality and relevance to personal and professional growth. On a societal level, the evolving relationship between screen time and productivity has implications for workforce development and education. As digital literacy becomes increasingly critical, schools and training programs must equip learners not only with technical skills, but also with strategies for effective digital self-regulation. Encouraging habits that balance focused work with restorative breaks and promoting awareness of digital distractions will prepare future workers to thrive in technology-saturated environments. Additionally, employers investing in digital well-being initiatives may see reduced turnover, higher job satisfaction, and better performance metrics, reinforcing the business case for addressing screen time quality rather than merely quantity. The integration of artificial intelligence and automation tools also reshapes how screen time influences productivity. By delegating repetitive or low-value tasks to AI, professionals can reallocate their time to higher-order cognitive work. For instance, AI-powered email sorting or scheduling assistants reduce time spent on administrative chores, allowing more room for strategic thinking and creativity. However, this shift requires new competencies in overseeing automated systems and critically evaluating AI outputs, further underscoring the changing nature of productive engagement with technology. Understanding and adapting to these transformations will be essential for maintaining relevance and effectiveness in the modern workplace. Another dimension worth exploring is the psychological impact of screen time on motivation and job satisfaction. When workers perceive their digital tools as enablers rather than obstacles, they tend to report higher engagement and a greater sense of accomplishment. For example, customizable dashboards that visualize progress toward goals can reinforce motivation by making achievements visible and tangible. Conversely, poorly designed interfaces or overwhelming information flows can induce stress and reduce enthusiasm, even if the amount of work completed remains high. This suggests that the user experience of digital platforms is a non-trivial factor in sustaining productive behavior over time. Moreover, the social dynamics facilitated by digital communication platforms influence productivity patterns in significant ways. While remote collaboration tools enable teams to connect across geographical boundaries, they can also generate an always-on culture that blurs work-life boundaries and increases cognitive load. Synchronous video meetings, instant messaging, and collaborative document editing require a level of attentional switching that can fragment focus and diminish the capacity for deep work. Organizations experimenting with asynchronous communication models, such as recorded updates and flexible response times, are seeking to mitigate these effects by allowing individuals more control over when and how they engage digitally. The increasing prevalence of mobile devices further complicates the relationship between screen time and productivity. Smartphones and tablets enable work to extend beyond traditional office hours and locations, which can lead to flexibility but also to constant interruptions. Notifications and alerts can disrupt flow states critical for complex problem solving. On the other hand, mobile technology offers opportunities for microlearning and quick task management during downtimes, such as waiting periods or commutes. Effectively balancing mobile usage to avoid distraction while leveraging its advantages requires deliberate personal and organizational strategies. Additionally, cultural attitudes toward technology use shape how individuals and companies approach screen time management. In some workplaces, a culture of immediate responsiveness and constant availability prevails, pressuring employees to maintain high digital activity levels at the expense of concentration and rest. In contrast, organizations that explicitly encourage boundaries such as no email after hours policies or designated focus times often see improvements in overall productivity and employee well-being. These cultural norms influence not only individual habits, but also the broader ecosystem of digital engagement and its impact on work outcomes. Finally, the environmental context in which screen time occurs plays a pivotal role in productivity. Factors such as lighting, ergonomics, ambient noise, and physical comfort affect how effectively individuals can concentrate during digital work sessions. For instance, poorly lit or cluttered workspaces can